Hello and welcome to another Tunisian crochet tutorial. So today we will be making together the Misty Sunrise Shawl, which is a triangular symmetrical shawl that is worked from the top down. So we will be starting at the center back here, and we will be working increasing stitches and working from inside out. The shawl is worked in three distinct sections. So we've got the section of Tunisian knit stitch, then lace, and then a little bit of a simpler color work. And you've got a spine running through the center. So for this project, I used finger in weight yarn. This is hand dye yarn by the Urban Pearl, and it is merino single, so it's 100% merino wool. And I used 4.5 millimeter Tunisian crochet hook with extension with cable, which was about 100 centimeters or about 40 inches long. Without further ado, let's dive in. So today I will be using 8 millimeter Tunisian crochet hook, and I will pair that up with Starcraft Special Chunky, just for you to be able to see the stitches and techniques clearly. To begin with, we start with a slip knot, and we chain 6. To chain, you will wrap the yarn around the hook and pull through, and then again wrap the yarn around the hook, pull through. That's chain 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we turn the chains around and we will insert the hook into the back bumps of your chain stitches from front to back, yarn over and pull up a loop. And we will repeat that for every chain that we've made. So you will end up with 6 loops on your hook. And this is also known as the forward pass of your foundation row in Tunisian crochet, which is followed by a return pass. So for this project, we will work standard return pass throughout, which is yarn over pull through 1, yarn over pull through 2, all the way. So you'll keep on repeating yarn over pull through 2. For row number 2, we will start increasing stitches, and per each row of our project we will be increasing 4 stitches. So the foundation row had 6 stitches or 6 loops. At the end of row number 2, we will end up with 10 stitches. So we will start with working Tunisian knit stitch into the first stitch. Tunisian knit stitch is worked by inserting the hook between front and back vertical bars from front to back, yarn over and pull up a loop, like so. Again, we will insert the hook between the front and back vertical bar, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now we are going to work an increase stitch by working Tunisian simple stitch into the same stitch. So for Tunisian simple stitch, we need to insert the hook from right to left under the front vertical bar. So we are going to work into the same stitch as the Tunisian knit stitch. Insert the hook from right to left, yarn over, pull up a loop. That's our first increase. We will then work Tunisian knit stitch into the next stitch and work an increase by adding Tunisian simple stitch into the same stitch. So that's exactly what we repeated for the first stitch. Now we are going to work Tunisian slanted stitch. So this is a new stitch, and we will insert the hook from left to right rather than right to left, like so. Sometimes you need to twist the stitch a little bit, pull it, yarn over, pull up a loop. So again, we will insert the hook from left to right, yarn over and pull up a loop. And then we will work the stitch which is, I would say, the most complicated stitch from the whole project. So once you master it, you are good to go. So we will work Tunisian knit stitch into the very same stitch. So what we need to look at is, by working the Tunisian slanted stitch, we basically pulled this loop to the right, and the back vertical loop is still there. So the back vertical loop of the stitch is here. The right was kind of flipped from left to right by working the slanted stitch. So we are going to work Tunisian knit stitch between the front and back vertical bar with the position as it is now. So just need to really look for the back vertical bar and then ensure that you insert the hook between these two loops, or these two bars rather, and that's it. And then we will work Tunisian knit and simple into the next. So again, we are working increase, Tunisian knit, and Tunisian simple into the very same stitch, and an end stitch. So the end stitch is worked under both bars of the very last stitch. You will insert the hook under there, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Okay, so if we've done our stitches correctly, we should now have 10 loops on our hook corresponding to 10 stitches. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 loops for our 10 stitches. So if you look really closely, you will see that working the Tunisian simple stitch paired with Tunisian slanted stitch positioned next to each other creates the V, and that's the beginning of your spine, of the shawl. So it will become a little bit more pronounced and a little bit more obvious as we start working more rows. It's just going to bring your attention to this, and we will follow this by standard return pass. So we'll yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way to the beginning of our project. Now for row number 3, we will increase the same way as we increased in row number 2. So we will work Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian simple stitch into the same stitch. So that's increase of 1. Then we will work Tunisian knit stitch to the central 2 stitches. So the central 2 stitches are stitches which are just above the V, the central V. So if you prefer, you can put the stitch markers on that, or you can just kind of look for the V's, and the stitches which are just above that are the central 2 stitches. So we are going to work Tunisian knit stitches up to the central 2 stitches, like so. So I'm there now, and then we will repeat the same central increase. So first Tunisian knit stitch, followed by Tunisian simple stitch into the same stitch. So that's the right side of the shawl. And now we are going to moving into the left side. So first we would work Tunisian slanted stitch and Tunisian knit stitch into the same stitch with the front vertical bar on the right and the back vertical bar on the left. So we will insert the hook between these two, yarn over, pull up a loop. So that's the center done. As you can see, you've created another little V here, and then Tunisian knit stitch up to the last 2 stitches. So on the first stitch we will do the increase as at the beginning. So this would be Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian simple stitch and an end stitch. Okay, so again, if we've done the stitches correctly and all the increases correctly, we should now have 14 loops on our hook. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we haven't missed anything, and then followed by standard return pass. Okay, so far we've done rows 2 and 3, and rows 4 to 11 would be repetition of row number 3. And at the end of this section, so this would be this first knit section here, you would have 46 loops on your hook. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the row number 3 once more. So I will work row number 4, and then you will just keep on repeating the same row number 3 up to row 11. Okay, so we will start with an increase. So it's Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian simple stitch into the same stitch. Then we are working Tunisian knit stitches up to the center 2 stitches. So need to do one more knit stitch. Now we've got on the right side of the center, we do the increase by working Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian simple stitch. It's knit and simple into the same stitch. On the left side of the center, we will work Tunisian slanted stitch and Tunisian knit stitch into the same stitch, like so. Tunisian knit stitches up to last 2 stitches, and another increase, Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian simple into the same stitch, and an end stitch, like so, and standard return pass. And I'm going to show you how to work row number 12, where we start working the lace. So some parts of the row number 12 will be the same as in the sections below, and then there will be some other sections in between. First, we will repeat the increase at the beginning of the row. So we are working Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian simple stitch as in the rows below. And then we will work Tunisian 2 together. So this will be Tunisian simple stitches 2 together. So we are going to go under 2 front vertical bars. So for ordinary Tunisian simple stitch, you would go under 1. Now we are going to go under 2, 1 and 2, yarn over and pull up a loop. And then we need to yarn over. Okay, because by working the 2 Tunisian simple stitches together, we introduced a decrease. To maintain the number of stitches, we need to now increase by yarning over. And we will repeat this up to the center 2 stitches again. So Tunisian simple 2 together, yarn over, 2 Tunisian simple together, and don't forget the yarn over as well. Now we are at the center, where we work exactly the same increases as so far. So we are going to work Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian simple into the same stitch, Tunisian slanted stitch and Tunisian knit stitch into the same stitch. And now we will mirror the stitch pattern on the right hand side. So we will first start with yarn over, because that's where we finished the stitch pattern, and then 2 Tunisian simple stitches together, yarn over, 2 Tunisian simple stitches together, yarn over, 2 Tunisian simple stitches together. And now we are on the last 2, so we will work this up to last 2 stitches, and the usual increase by working Tunisian knit and Tunisian simple into the same stitch and an end stitch. And again, we will work standard return pass. Now for row number 13, we'll start with Tunisian knit stitches in the next 2 stitches. So that's Tunisian knit in the next 2 stitches, 1 Tunisian simple stitch, 1 Tunisian simple stitch, and then Tunisian full stitch. So where we worked yarn over in the previous row, which is here, we will now work Tunisian full stitch. Tunisian full stitch is worked by inserting the hook between next 2 stitches into the space between the stitches, from front to back, yarn over and pull up a loop, like so. And then we will work Tunisian simple stitch into the next stitch, Tunisian full stitch into the next space, Tunisian simple stitch, Tunisian full stitch, and so on up to the center 2 stitches. When we get to the center 2 stitches, we will still work a Tunisian full stitch into the last space here, like so, and then we do the usual center increase. So Tunisian knit stitch, Tunisian simple, Tunisian slanted, and Tunisian knit. That's our center. And then on the left hand side of the shawl, we will work Tunisian full stitch into the next space, Tunisian simple stitch into the next stitch, Tunisian full stitch, Tunisian simple stitch, and so on up to last 4 stitches. So we'll repeat this up to the last 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We will work Tunisian simple into the next stitch, Tunisian knit stitch into the next 2 stitches, and an end stitch, and standard return pass. And now for the last stitch pattern section, we will start at row 22, and we will work first Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian simple stitch. So that's the increase that we usually use at the beginning of the row. And now we will work Tunisian simple in the next stitch, Tunisian slanted in the next stitch, and we will repeat this up to the center 2 stitches. So we are working Tunisian simple, Tunisian slanted, Tunisian simple, slanted, and so on up to the center. Got a few more, simple and slanted. Got one more repeat here, simple and slanted. Then we do the usual central increase. So on the right side we will work Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian simple, then Tunisian slanted stitch and knit stitch, and then on the left hand side of the after the central increase we will repeat Tunisian simple and Tunisian slanted up to the last 2 stitches. So simple and slanted, simple and slanted, and so on. Okay, now we've got last 2 stitches. We will do increase by working Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian simple stitch into the same stitch, and then the end stitch. And now we are going to introduce the second color. So what you could do is you can just simple either work the end stitch and then work the chain 1 with a different color. So that's one option. But if you would like to have the edge of the shawl on the left hand side really neat, we are going to do a little trick, and that is by taking the alternating color. So for me this is blue, and I will place it on the hook like so. So I'm introducing another loop. So instead of just working yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, I will do yarn over and pull through 2 right away, because I created an extra loop on the hook. And then you will continue working your standard return pass. After you complete the standard return pass, we will then repeat row number 22. So for row number 23 you will repeat row number 22. So the last section is 1 row repeat where you change color at the end of forward pass or at the beginning of return pass. It's the same. So we will do the one row together again for you to be able to see the effects that you are going to start getting with using the colors this way. So first Tunisian knit and Tunisian simple, and then alternating Tunisian simple and Tunisian slanted stitch. Up to the center. So simple and slanted, that's my last repeat on the right side. We will then do the central increase. Like so. And continue working the stitch pattern Tunisian simple and Tunisian slanted stitch on the other side. Okay, so now I am on the last two stitches. I'm going to do the edge increase, Tunisian knit and Tunisian simple. Then I'm going to work my end stitch. Okay, and again, I'm not going to do yarn over and pull through one. Here I'm going to then continue with color B. Place the loop on the hook, so we create another loop by yarning with B from front to back. We've got extra loop on the hook here, so we can start working standard return pass by yarn over, pull through 2 rather than pull through 1. As you can see, the edge is much neater this way, and we will continue with working standard return pass. So when you then look at your project, you will see that you are starting to get really beautiful color effect on the edges. So this would be the third section where you alternate your color on forward and return pass. So this section would be up to the row 31. Then at the edge, I've just worked one row of the Tunisian 2 stitches together, and then the next row Tunisian 4 stitch. So this is row 12 and 13, and then for row number 84 we will do a bind off. For this project we will be working Tunisian simple stitch bind off, so that's what I'm going to show you now. So for the bind off row we are not increasing stitches anymore. So to bind off, we will insert the hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and we pull through the loop, the one that is already on the hook, and we would keep on doing this keep on working every stitch like this, so we only carry one loop on the hook while binding off the rest of the stitches, and we will continue working this all the way around the edge without increasing any stitches anymore. So what I would suggest, or what I would recommend, is that you will work the bind off fairly loosely, because for you to be able to get the best of the lace section on the shawl, you will need to block and kind of stretch out the lace section, and if you work your bind off too tightly, you will not be able to do it, and you will not get the final effect that you would want with the shawl, to have the lace nice and open and the rest of the stitches even. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Perhaps you learn some new stitches or techniques. Let me know in the comment section below. What colors would you use for your Misty Sunrise Shawl? And I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.